Listen here. There is so much money to be made in Shakespeare, and we are not taking advantage of it at all. My city has a Shakespeare festival, and it's free. Boring. Show me the money. Do we not live in America? Well, I have an answer for everyone on how we can either make more money or pay more money to see more and more Shakespeare. I know what you're thinking. Rachel, Shakespeare's dead. Or is he? He's definitely dead. But his work lives on. He left us a legacy. He left us the blueprints for an entire cinematic universe. Shakespeare built us the cliff. But are we going to jump off? Or are we going to take the leap? So come along with me as I unveil to you the Shakespeare Cinematic Universe, or the SCU for short. I thought that was cute, and I came up with that all by myself. I just wanted to take a second to invite you to subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers, so join my channel to see the development of every single film in the SCU. Okay, we're back. We're in our board meeting. I'm gonna pitch you the SCU. I've heated up my coffee. I flipped my hair to give it some more volume. We're ready to go. So obviously, I'm putting it out there that I'm free to be the, Kevin Feige. I'm available to be like the figurehead of this cinematic universe. I think I do a good job. I have no experience producing movies. Who cares? Getting into the movies themselves, we start off with Hamlet. Hamlet is our Iron Man. He's our focal point. He is the most iconic Shakespeare character, in my opinion. Everybody knows, to be or not to be, that is the question. And the important thing that Hamlet sets up is it sets up the concept of an afterlife in this universe, which will come back into play later. But Rachel, everyone dies in the end. And to that I would say, first of all, this is my universe, and you're just an intern. Movie time does not have to be linear. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever met Christopher Nolan? Have you ever seen the Marvel Cinematic Universe? What's interesting with Hamlet is we'll see his demise, we'll see the character's demise, and then we'll travel back in time and get different angles of the story, go through different characters' journeys from their perspectives. It'll be sort of like the franchise equivalent of when you're like, I bet you're wondering how I ended up in this situation. Okay, next we have Macbeth. This introduces a very important character as well. We're building our foundation of this universe. So we have Macbeth. Macbeth, obviously a power-hungry, ambitious man. His wife, Lady Macbeth, even more ambitious than him. He does die at the end, yes, but we've already established the afterlife scenario. So death is not the end in this universe. In order for things to connect like we want them to, there kind of needs to be an afterlife because a lot of important characters die. So we have the grounded SCU in the real world, our real world, and then we have the other side which takes place in the afterlife. That is where a lot of the connection comes in. But those are the two universes. So when Macbeth dies in that movie, we see in a cutscene him coming to the afterlife, and Hamlet's father doesn't meet him, but he observes him and he's like, I need to keep an eye on this man. He's very greedy, he's very ambitious. He made a power grab. I gotta make sure we maintain balance here in the afterlife. So then we have a little prequel called Prince of Denmark. This goes back to when Hamlet's dad was alive. It's about Hamlet's dad handling some sort of civil dispute between the citizens of the kingdom. It shows him being, a wise king. Hamlet's 12 to 14, so he's a preteen. He's rebellious, and we also see the first signs of his uncle's nefarious behavior. We see Ophelia as a child and other characters as children. We see past versions of other characters like Hamlet's mom. Maybe we even see the final straw between the dad and the uncle. A little backstory for that. This is a pretty powerful cutscene. In the cutscene, Hamlet's uncle buys ear poison. Yeah. Fourth movie, Ophelia. It's just called Ophelia. It takes place between Act 1, when Ophelia's family discourages her from becoming romantic with Hamlet, and Act 3 of Hamlet, classic get thee to a nunnery scene. That's the best scene in all of Shakespeare. So everyone's distracted in the palace with the stuff going on with, Hamlet's dad's death and the uncle and the mom. Ophelia is the only one who notices that all these bandits are attempting to break into the castle because they're like, oh, well, the king's dead. It should be pretty easy. We're gonna break into the castle. We're gonna stage a coup. We're gonna rob the basement where they keep the jewels. Ophelia, she armors up. She trains. She gets her sword. She gets her female armor on, and she kicks some frickin' ass. Boom, Ophelia. Next, we have Laertes in Paris. This is between Acts 1 and 4 of Hamlet, when Laertes returns to Paris. And it's not before he comes when he's studying in Paris. It's in between Acts 1 and 4 is when he returns to Paris after coming back from Paris. Okay, you see how that lines up. So Laertes in Paris, he becomes worldly. He's a student. He trains in fencing, which will be important later. There's an after credit scene where Laertes finds out about his father's death. And he goes like this. Hamlet. And then it cuts to black and says Laertes will return. Next, we introduce another classic story, Romeo and Juliet. So in Romeo and Juliet, everything plays out as usual, obviously. There's an after credit scene after they unalive themselves. I hate that I have to say that. Where Hamlet's father's ghost appears to them and recruits them. He's like, there's something going on in the afterlife, Romeo and Juliet, and I need your help. Then boom, Romeo and Juliet will return. So Hamlet's father's ghost is our Nick Fury. This brings us to the 12th night, one of my personal favorites. I love She's the Man. And this introduces a very lucrative opportunity. This is how I picture it. The 12th night. What comes after 12? The 13th night. Then boom, the 14th night. Boom, the 15th night. Boom, the 16th night. And then on, because that's how numbers work, and you just keep counting and then you just keep going more and more. Wait a minute. What's that? The 17th night? What an incredible subversion of expectations. Obviously, those will be interspersed between the other films. This is just like a rough timeline. It's not exact. Okay, so then we have A Midsummer Night's Dream. This introduces the concept of magic to the universe, which will be very important going forward. And that gives way to probably a spin-off with Titania and Oberon and the magical characters, because magical characters are fun. Obviously, we gotta expand into television. Would be nice to get our own streaming service, but that's a big ask. So we'll probably join like maybe Hulu or I don't wanna do Netflix. I don't know, I'll have my pick of whichever streaming service I want, because this is literally such a good idea. The Players is a multi-episode miniseries about the tragedians of the city from Hamlet. It follows them as they travel and perform around Denmark and wherever else they go. And it's a little bit of a drama, because each episode focuses on one of the players and their backstory, their life before they became a player, or how they got into it, just whatever personal struggles they're dealing with, cuts between their past and the present timeline of them traveling. The second or third last episode will be these players performing the murder of Gonzago for Hamlet and the Fan. So you get to see their perspective on that. Now we got to talk about where is this all leading to? All of these different threads of the greatest story ever told. Hamlet's ghost father, he keeps, showing up in end credit scenes to people who have died, and he's like, come with me, I need your help. I'm building a team. Oh man, I didn't come up with like a name for them. The ghost team, the team of the ghosts. So they've all been recruited by Hamlet's father. Turns out Macbeth in the afterlife has been planning a coup to take over the afterlife. He's pissed that he was killed in his own life when he was, trying to maintain power. So he's like, oh my God, why did I even want a country when I could take over all of the afterlife? We have our Thanos. Hamlet's father takes all of these dead ghosts and he gets them to help him recruit even more ghosts in the afterlife. So they're training to fight Macbeth and his army of demons. The main three are Romeo, Hamlet, and Juliet. They are the ones who are doing a lot of the training and recruiting, and Hamlet's father comes to Hamlet and he's like, I have to go do something important, but I can't tell you what it is, but trust me. He leaves under mysterious circumstances, and obviously Hamlet and Juliet and Romeo are like, what the f***? We're training here and we're doing all of this for you. It's for you. They keep training, they keep recruiting people, and then unexpectedly Macbeth attacks. Him and his army attack. This is obviously all taking place in the afterlife plane. They're caught off guard, but they fight their little hearts out. They do some damage, they put up a respectful fight, but it's not enough. And Macbeth is getting the upper hand. Just as Macbeth is getting the upper hand, guess who returns? Hamlet's father. Guess who's with him? Lady Macbeth. In Macbeth, Lady Macbeth is implied to have taken her life because she is guilty and feels horrible for all that they did to get and maintain power. She's like, I went insane because our power grab was a mistake. I made the wrong choice once, but I won't do it again. That catches Macbeth off guard, enough so that the fairies are able to cast their banishing spell on him. They cast him out of the afterlife, banishing him to the earth, where he will wander as a ghostly shell of himself for all eternity. So obviously, the whole point is to monetize this, because why else would we be doing this? So we have to talk merch now. I think we just gotta do it. We just gotta pull the trigger and have a target line. We're doing it. So we've got Hamlet merch, coinciding with the release of the first movie. We've got a classic poster t-shirt. We've got an Ophelia shirt for the girlies. We've got a little Hamlet notebook. As you see as well, there will be a lot of money involved, which is nice. What's another brand you think of when you think of Target? Starbucks. Oh my God. We always say stuff at the same time, it's crazy. Starbucks has done this before. They did it with Wicked and it was amazing. So we have the one that'll come out coinciding with Hamlet. Again, all the merch and everything, this is a jumping off point. Obviously we're gonna have endless amounts of this. I'm just brainstorming, but we're gonna have some for every single film. We're gonna have websites, we're gonna have to sue people over IP infringement. It's gonna be so cool. So we have Hamlet, which is for Hamlet, and it is a hazelnut latte with almond milk. Get it? Because he's nuts. And then we have a little skull decoration that goes on top. Really cute. So then we have the Bard. This one could just be like a returning drink. Every time a movie comes out, you can order the Bard, or you can order it from the secret menu if you know. So the Bard, it's just, chocolate frappuccino with cinnamon syrup, chocolate topping, and cinnamon sprinkles on top. Because I feel like that feels Shakespeare to me. It's very kind of like almost like a Christmassy flavor. I'm not a barista. So then we've got Twelfth Night. Twelfth Night, we have cakes and ale. That's that famous line. that I looked up earlier and now I can't remember what it was. What? So Cakes and Ale is based off a line that Sir Toby Belch says in The Twelfth Night. He says, "Dost thou think because thou art virtuous there shall be no more cakes and ale?" And obviously, like, your average person will get that, and I 100% knew of that line before I did this video. So the Cakes and Ale Starbucks drink is a latte with birthday cake syrup, vanilla bean powder, and sprinkles. If you enjoy this video, please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're relatively close. Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing the SCU in a theater near you. In a theater near you. I can't say that. Why can't I say it? Thank you so much for watching, and look forward to seeing the SCU in a theater near you. In a theater near you.